Hello and welcome to this presentation over the new Delta Sigma Pi Chapter Leadership Funds. I am your host, Mark Wernette, the South Central Provincial Vice President. This is an exciting new opportunity from the Leadership Foundation, and I am happy to share some information about it with you. The purpose of this presentation is to inform you about these new funds, and also hopefully give you enough knowledge and motivation to help grow these funds. This is geared towards collegiate chapter members, but can also be used by alumni and others as well. Before I get started, a quick disclosure. The information in this presentation is accurate as of April 2019. As we all know, things can change in the future or new information can go out. This presentation is based on my understanding of everything. I try to make it accurate, and I try to fact check everything, but I am also human. Okay, let's get into this. What are chapter leadership funds? The Leadership Foundation has launched leadership funds in an effort to create a new giving opportunity aimed at providing chapters more financial resources to fully participate in Delta Sigma Pi's outstanding educational and leadership development programs. Traditionally, the only types of funds the Foundation has had are endowment funds, where a percent of the fund is paid out in grants each year. But these have minimum levels of $30,000, so it is a little bit harder to do. But now, the Leadership Foundation has created a separate pass-through fund for every single chapter in the country. They do not have to be endowed. Whatever is in the fund can be used at any time. Anyone can make donations to your chapter's leadership fund, and I will walk through that in a minute. A chapter can then use these funds to be reimbursed for costs related to national events like LEAD and Grand Chapter Congress. This includes costs related to registration, travel, and hotel. You can use all the funds available, or you can just use part of them. They do not expire, so unused funds will be there for the next event. The reason I love these new chapter leadership funds is the amazing benefits these are to collegiate chapters. These will allow you to help finance attending national events like LEAD and Grand Chapter Congress. There are many great benefits to attending national events, including leadership and professional development, helping you learn and grow your chapter operations. There are numerous networking opportunities to make professional, personal, and lifelong friendship connections. These events are how you really experience and understand Delta Sigma Pi, and of course, they are a lot of fun also. Plus, chapters who have good and consistent attendance at national events tend to be stronger by many metrics than those who do not. Traditionally, many chapters use chapter funds to pay for people to attend national events. These new leadership funds have the opportunity to free up more chapter money to be used in other chapter operations, whether that be community service, professional events, formals, recruitment efforts, and other. Also, a lot of time, chapter members have to pay part or even all of the costs out of pocket. This will help reduce that burden. So as you can see, I am very excited about the benefits these funds can deliver and the positive impact they have on our fraternity as a whole. Donating to leadership funds instead of straight to chapters, as it has been the main option to directly support chapters in the past, also has benefits to donors. First, donors have the opportunity to support specific chapters, whether it is their home chapter, a chapter they work with, or a chapter they just want to support. Donors get full Leadership Foundation annual and lifetime donor credit. This includes counting towards the new Delta Sig Investor Roundtable status. Obviously, donor credit is important to some people, while others it might be indifferent. These donations are also tax deductible, as allowed by law, since the Leadership Foundation is a 501c3 organization, as opposed to your chapter, which is a 501c7 organization, and not a charity. To go along with that, some chapters might have corporate sponsors or potential sponsors, who are more willing to donate to a 501c3 organization than directly to your chapter. Now, when I say the Foundation has set up funds for each chapter, I need to make it clear that money still has to be put into these in order for there to be any benefit for you. Let's talk about how that can happen. First, you might have an alum or two who hear about these funds and have gone out and made a donation to your fund. But I will be honest, unsolicited donations are going to be an exception, not a rule. This is where your chapter efforts come in. The best people to ask for funds is alumni from your chapter. More about this on the next page. Similar to that, alumni chapters might be a great resource to help fund these. Many alumni chapters currently give grants to chapters to help pay for event registration and other things. This allows alumni chapters to now donate these funds through the Leadership Foundation. As previously stated, this might be very attractive to your current or future chapter corporate sponsors. In addition to direct reach out to alumni brothers at any time, you can rally around events or special days in order to raise funds. Examples might include Founders Day, Alumni Day, or a Rose Formal. A great example is, say your chapter is turning 50. Ask people to donate $50 to celebrate it. Or say someone from your chapter accomplishes something great, like winning National Collegian of the Year. Ask people to donate to your fund in their honor. Your chapter can also fundraise specifically for the fund with your normal fundraising efforts. Or maybe you have a lot of savings and want to donate it. If your chapter has a lot of money, for example, say about $30,000 in savings, and I know some of you do, please get with myself or a trustee about discussing options more in depth. You might be able to endow it for this purpose. Alright, let's talk about tips for reaching out to alumni. I must stress, it is imperative that you, as your current chapter member, be the ones that reach out to alumni. Listen, I can reach out, your RVP can reach out, trustees can reach out, but I promise you they want to hear from you before they make a donation. If you put no effort into this, then you will have very little to show in your leadership fund. If your chapter spends a little bit of time and effort, share the workload, you will see rewards. How do you know who to contact? Use the alumni lists your chapter maintains, or better, you can get a full list of alumni with their most current contact information from central office. Just send them an email. Call alumni. Don't just email them. Call them. This will make 1,000 times more of an impact. You can either have a committee do this one evening, divide up the list and go through it, or better yet, split the list up and have people set up call times with alum via text, direct message, or email first. Before you even get to the money part, treat it as an alumni outreach call. Update them about what your chapter has been up to. Talk to them about your recent events and accomplishments. Invite them to an upcoming chapter event, like an upcoming chapter birthday or a special alumni event. And then inform them of the new giving opportunity and ask for donations. And tell them how to donate on the website. You can create a script for brothers to follow to help them. After the call, you can do a follow-up email thanking them for their time and generosity. This email might also include a link to the donation page of the website and instructions to make it easy for them to complete the donation. Make sure you thank them. I also recommend going another step further and mailing them a thank you card. Also, make sure you include information about the fund in alumni newsletters and other alumni communications. Everyone should be aware of this giving opportunity. A couple other tips about donations. Recommend to alumni to make their gift recurring, either monthly or quarterly. This will help ensure that there is always something in your fund, and it minimizes your efforts with this brother in the future. But always make sure that you are thanking them a few times a year for their recurring donation. Also, there is no minimum to donate. If someone cannot give a lot, that is okay. Everything adds up. Everyone can help in the way they are able to. Someone might be able to donate $1,000, while someone else might just be able to do $10 right now. Okay, let's walk through the actual giving process real quick. These screenshots are for mobile, but it's basically the same as the desktop version. First, you go to the website. On mobile, click the three bars on the right-hand side and open up the drop-down menu and scroll down to Foundation and then Donate and Donor Profile. On the desktop version, you should be able to hover over the Foundation on the top home page. Go down to the new gift information. Click on Designate My Gift for special interest. That will bring up these four options. Click Chapter Leadership Funds, which will bring up a list of every chapter. These are in English alphabetical order by chapter name. Scroll down until you find the chapter you want to donate to. For this example, we'll pick the newest chapter in the South Central. And then it should look like this. You can see you can also change the frequency of the gift right there if you want to do monthly or quarterly. You then scroll down and complete the rest of the donation like normal. Before we move on, I did want to point out the disclosure about donations. You might know, endowment funds are charged fees every year that go to cover expenses of running the Leadership Foundation and other things. Chapter leadership funds do not. Once the money is in the account, it stays there until used, and is not assessed an annual fee. Instead, a 10% fee is assessed when each donation is made. This basically goes to the general fund to provide grants and other things like subsidizing lead costs, scholarships, and offsetting expenses. So, for example, if someone donates $10, $9 will go to the chapter leadership fund and $1 will go to the general fund. but this money still goes to support collegiate brothers and our fraternity. After a donation is made to your chapter, select chapter officers will receive a notification of all donations made during a specific week. There is an example of this email on this slide. The notification tells you how much is in your fund, who made the donation, and their contact information, so you can send them a thank you card. Please send them a thank you card. It will mean a lot to them. Note, please allow up to 2 weeks for a donation to post to your account. This allows staff to work them and to make sure that there were no errors, but this shouldn't materially impact anything. Okay, you have money. Awesome. Now what? Within 30 days of a national event, like LEAD or Grand Chapter Congress, you need to submit a Chapter Leadership Fund grant request form in order to request funds. This is in the hub and collects all needed information, including itemized expenses and receipt uploads. I know this form works because at least one chapter already received funds for provincial LEAD. After you submit the form, you will receive a confirmation email. A check will be mailed to the chapter at the address provided on the form. After you receive the check, it should be deposited to the chapter's bank account, and your chapter can settle up with people if they paid out of pocket or to recoup chapter funds used. If for some real reason the request is denied, you will receive an email about this and more information. Please save receipts for things like travel and hotel. Before we go, I did have to do a quick plug for other giving opportunities with the Leadership Foundation. The most important one, in my opinion, is the Delta Sig for Life donor program, where all brothers can easily commit and support the fraternity with reasonable monthly unrestricted donations. Because everyone is in a different place in life, there are different levels of support, starting with the $20 a year for collegiate members. For collegiate members who join, you'll be eligible to apply for a special scholarship, only available to Grand President Circle level donors. And then after you graduate, go on and increase your level to 1 star or more. And please consider increasing your donation level every 3 to 4 years as you raise in your career and make more money and have a higher capacity to donate to the Leadership Foundation, as well as your other charitable causes. You can do this all in the donation part of the website. Tip, log into the website to see your donor profile and autofill some of the donation information. If you have any questions about the new chapter leadership funds or anything else about the foundation, please do not hesitate to reach out. I would love to hear from you. You can also email Tyler at Central Office. Thank you for viewing this presentation. I hope you learned something, and happy fundraising.